So, here we are. Finally, we are live. And hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Today it's been an intense day. What are the odds? A few days before Christmas, we get, I suppose, kind of a present, but also, we have a lot to talk about. So, first of all, welcome to everyone here at the chat. I'll try to make it brief also for the people coming after when the live is done. Thank you and welcome to join. I thought it was better to come back and do a live because today I already made a video about this settling of the appeal of Amber Rich and Johnny Depp. But I was also taken by the moment for what it meant while I was reading. So I think now I have a little bit more clear, and I want to discuss it. I just want to discuss it with you guys. So, well, it's very interesting because now all kinds of stuff come up. Also in terms of what it means, this appeal, and also the end of this. This is basically over. It's done. It's finished. We have gone through, like, all of us, as creators, entertainers, lawyers, and everybody involved in talking about this case, and you watching and following us. We've been going through so many things, especially after the trial, with all these papers and legal papers and briefs and amicus briefs and amicus and whatnot. So we almost, like, we became a little bit more like legal savvy. No pun intended. Pun intended. We became a little bit more legal savvy just by trying to understand, at least some of us that are not lawyers, of course, like trying to make sense of what was happening. And it was never ending, all these papers and assignments of errors, which, we all remember now. And it turns out, after all this noise, after all that kind of fluff that seems like, we're never gonna settle, we're never gonna stop from her side, never gonna end, we're gonna fight until the end of time. And then, you know what? They agreed to settle for 1 million. Well, we have a lot to say there because the 1 million story, it's a lot. Still, also people, I think, are confused. I was confused too. I don't have 100% certainties, but I think at this point it's more clear. Anyway, let's start to go through some of this stuff. Again, guys, thank you so much for being here in the chat, all of you. I really appreciate that. We have immediately here Adam Waldman replying to statement that Amber H did today on her Instagram. 56 uses of the words me, myself, and I in the full statement. So Adam Waldman, it's packing the punch already, pointing the finger where it's due. The statement has a lot of me, myself, and I in it. What I do ain't make believe. People say I sit and try, but when it comes to being Della, it's just me, myself, and I. Della Soul. Waldman is famous to do those quotes. So we already read in another video. We already read in the video this part here, a great deal of deliberation and so on and so forth. But this other part, actually, I didn't see it. I thought that actually those parts were from a different time. And in fact, on her Instagram, the statement did appear to be from a different time. So I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder. When I stood before a judge in the UK, I was vindicated by a robust, impartial, and fair system where I was protected from having to give the worst moment of my testimony in front of the world's media, and where the court found that I was subjected to domestic and SV in the US. However, I exhausted almost all my resources in advance of and during a trial in which I was subjected to a courtroom in which abundant direct evidence that corroborated my testimony was excluded, and in which popularity and power matter more than reason and due process. In the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that simply cannot relieve. Even if my US appeal is successful, the best outcome will be a retrial where a new jury would have to consider the evidence again. I simply cannot go through that for a third time. Man, there are so many lies in this statement that it's just, I'm almost tired. I'm tired of having to point that out. She was never a party in the UK trial, never. And again, they use the same technique of trying to make it look like as if she won anything in the UK. She was not even a party. She was just called in by the Sun against Johnny Depp for the libel case against the Sun. So again, so many lies, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And also, she's throwing under the bus the jury and the judge in this statement, as if it wasn't enough. You know what? Time is precious, and I want to spend my time productively and purposefully. For too many years, I have been caged in an arduous and expensive legal process which has shown itself unable to protect me and my right to free speech. I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, and that is not just financial but also psychological, physical, and emotional. Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking her truth, but unfortunately it's not uncommon. In setting this case, I'm also choosing the freedom to dedicate my life to the work that helped me heal after my divorce, work that exists in realms in which I feel seen, heard, and believed, and in which I know I can affect change. I will not be treated disheartened or dissuaded by what happened from speaking the truth. No one will take that from me. My voice forever remains the most valuable assets I have. Oh my good Lord. Oh my good Lord. I wish I didn't read this. This is an older tweet trying to belittling Adam Waldman. There is so many lies in this statement as well. Well, one thing is for sure. You notice that she's wasting no time in continuing to perpetuate this victim mentality. And frankly, like I said today, I'm not surprised. That's what narcissists do. They will never admit or own up to anything. But the thing is this, you know what it is? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They can try, like in this case of AH, she lost. She lost bad. And this statement, will find the time, will kind of disappear. Because I find it very hard to believe that people, especially in the industry, will want to work with her. She lost. She lost bad, and she lost also a reputation, because we all saw, and we still see this behavior of this woman that owns up to nothing. The truth here is that actually, she agreed not to continue with all the legal papers. She's actually here, she says, this is not an act of concession. There are no restriction or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. This is not act I've made no admission, but in fact, by doing this, by accepting not to go forward with appeal, she accepts the verdict. She accepts the verdict of Virginia, and she accepts that she lost, and she was found guilty. She's saying she's not, but in fact, that's what she did. She's accepting, and whether or not it's only the money, it is the money as well, but there were also the problems here because, first of all, some of this money the insurance will pay it anyway, but also the insurance didn't want to pay because they thought, this was intentional, what she did in the op-ed, so we're not going to pay the bill. And I suppose they try whatever they, throw stuff at the wall in those appeal or this assignment of error, but probably some of the lawyers after the appeal of Johnny Depp and probably going through some stuff, they probably advise her like, hey, listen, let's try to find an agreement here. Maybe we get away with just $1 million or so, and then you're free to go. Just accept the appeal and let's move forward. Because to me it seems that probably there were good reasons to believe that Johnny Depp could have won this appeal as well. So she would have had to pay everything, and also not, Johnny Depp not to have to pay the $2 million. Okay, first thing first, what it means, this $1 million settlement? Well, it means that the verdict still stands. The verdict, this is not now Johnny Depp won now. No, Johnny Depp already won the 1st of June. The 1st of June, Johnny Depp won because the jury decided in his favor. That's it. Nobody's taking that away. That was already agreed. But this is now the appeal. That whole process of trying to appeal the verdicts and also to appeal the verdict back and forth, from both sides, which is a long process. I'm learning because, I actually didn't know that appeal could go on for this long. And it's my understanding that probably if they kept going like this, could have taken up to next summer to find, a solution. So, yes, probably most likely the insurance is going to pay Johnny, but the lawyers, they still have to be paid from AH. So that I don't know exactly. But Johnny Depp doesn't have to pay the $2 million. This is also what it means, this settlement. So he won big time. Johnny Depp won big time. Now the media is already trying to spin this in a different way, like her statement. But matter of fact, Johnny Depp won. And now it's official. This trial, it's over. And as you can see also here, this is a statement from Depp's attorney. Actually, there's also a Daily Mail article here, but we'll get to that in a second. Depp's attorney Camille Vasquez and Benjamin Chu tell us, we are pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp, who made clear throughout this process his intent to bring the truth to light. They continue, this was never about the money. The jury unanimous decision and the judgment in his favor against Mrs. Heard remain fully in place, and the payment of $1 million reinforces her acknowledgement of the legal system rigorous pursuit for justice. So, again, what we just discussed, right? So, this is pretty powerful. This is pretty powerful, and we have to see this in this light. That finally, really, Johnny Depp really won, and it's concluded officially, and there is no turning back. And also, despite the statement of Amber H. and the lies in those statements that she published already, because those are blatant lie, even though I'm not surprised, because playing the victim seems something that comes very natural to narcissists. And but that doesn't mean that she can go around and continue to defame Johnny Depp. That verdict will stand. That verdict stands. So I don't think, but what I see here, I think it seems very common for narcissists to sell books or make documentaries, so I expect very soon something to that effect. I wouldn't be very much surprised if soon we will have like some other Netflix special like this Markle and Harry thing. But I have to admit, it is still amusing to see a person that basically gave herself away. We all saw it. we all saw what she was made of. At this point, this is not even like a subjective thing. Like at this point, like it was clear for the majority of people involved, for the millions of human beings that had the chance to peek into this trial and take the time to look into it. Seems pretty clear. And she lied, she manipulated, she abused Johnny Depp. And it was revealed what she was made of. And it's baffling that they still, instead of keep quiet, instead of shutting up and just trying to focus on their life, they're still trying relentlessly to gaslight the audience. I think I've said this exact thing already in the past, but this is never ending. They will continue to do this. And unfortunately, the media, if you just go on entertainment, you see the media that it's spinning this always a little bit kind of, in her favor. Of course, because that sells clicks. So also of that, I'm not particularly surprised. But that's why we YouTubers, we have to cover it for what it is, which is Johnny Depp won. That's it. There's no other way. There's no two way about this. Johnny Depp completely won on the appeal. She basically accepted the loss and the appeal, even though for a lot of people, that's why I was a little bit upset, because for a lot of people didn't seem enough, like she's just getting away without real consequences, which in a way it's true. Wait a second, I have a sip of water. In a way it's true. She's getting out of it with not so many consequences in terms of money, because the consequences are there for her, make no mistake. But in terms of money, not much, because again, most likely the insurance will pay this, and that's the end of it. And of course, for Johnny Depp, we know that Johnny Depp didn't really care about 5 million, 10 million, 12 million. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit, He just wanted to have his name cleared because he went through many, many years. I was watching this interview about his lawyers now, which I think most likely they also gave this interview to that TV courtroom, whatever it was, I forgot. And they talked about, Amber H testimonies, that she burned bridges, that she's a woman that burned bridges. That's why there were no people there of testimony, offering testimonies for her. And I don't remember, I remember this part, I remember this part in saying, oh, Jesus, now I lost the thread. Yes. Of course, sorry. In regard of the, of the evidence and that she was supposed to show and so on and so forth, the lawyer said, the only case recorded evidence of abuse is of Johnny Depp, that he went into a hospital, without pieces of, with the pieces of top of his finger chopped off. And the contrary, it's not the other way around. Sorry, I'm getting a little slow. So there are no records. There were no records for Amber H. The only records of real, accidents were of Johnny Depp's. So, but then again, the worries here is that when you read when you read stuff like this, that Adam Waldman is right to tease it, of pointing out how much she's self-involved, basically, right? And actually, I think I was just reading now. I don't know. I don't know if it was on the Real Hour of B or another journalist or lawyer that I follow here on Twitter. There was this thread which was amusing. Somebody was pointing out the fact that in this time, in this statement, there is no daughter appearing. There's no mention of the daughter. It's mostly all about her and how much of a victim she is and how much the legal system, American legal system, failed her, and so on and so forth. Again, throwing trash on the jury and on the judge for all the work that they did for weeks and weeks of their lives, trying to actually give her a voice, trying to give both of them a voice to find the truth, So she's discrediting them in this statement, but we know the truth. And again, at the end of the day, now we know who you are. And frankly, I don't think anybody in a position of, let's say, anybody in the industry that wants to make money with movies or whatever, I don't think they're going to risk employing this person when she's not very liked. She's not very liked, but they will try. Those people are resilient because they have no empathy. They have thick skin. They don't care about the criticism. Well, they do. Narcissists do care about the criticism, but they just, they live in their own delusion. So they will make everything look like as if everybody's against them, and there is that kind of usual noble victim behavior that comes with it. So they transform everything around them into a reason to be the perpetual victim of unfavorable circumstances. And that's it. So in that regard, I'm really not surprised. I'm not surprised that this is what she writes. I'm just happy that I'm honestly just happy that on Twitter here we don't have any more those vile human beings which they were always going after Johnny Depp. As you can see here, Johnny Depp 1 is already trending big time. Amber Heard's is finished, it's trending. Johnny Depp deserves an apology. Johnny Depp keeps winning. So, bang! You see where Twitter is going. So yeah, a lot of love for Johnny Depp. What is happening here with Elon Musk? So Elon Musk is also probably trying to step down as CEO of Twitter, but we'll talk about that in another time. I mean, one thing I didn't want to do is to scroll through Twitter because I know there's going to be all those Amber H stan with 3 comments, and you cannot reply, of course, to them, trying to spin this in an absolutely distorted way. But yeah, I mean, now we're used to it, right? We are used to those leeches, to those gaslighters and fakers and vile human beings that actually stop in front of nothing. So I want to just address you guys for a second. Yes, we said this. 1 million will be paid most likely by the insurance. Yeah, those people, they don't go away, man. Those people, they don't go away. They really try to always come back. It's insane, and in due time, I'm telling you right now, you will see that woman going into on an interview. You know, they will try to find again an outlet where they sympathize for her because maybe of this believe all women agenda someplace somewhere, discrediting the jury and the trial and everything, and she will give her interview. You rest assured. That's exactly what is going to happen. But Johnny Depp won. That's it. Johnny Depp won. Actually, I don't remember what I had this. I had I think I had little. Here we go. I had little Corey right here. This is a beautiful news. Also, you see, this is the second phone call of the second part of the phone call of Johnny Depp with little Corey here.
I shall knight you.
Thank you.
I've done this before.
Thank you.
Well, it is my pleasure. It is my honor, and I just wanted to make sure that my aim is all right. Ready? Corey, you
Yeah.
have to pass the test first. Corey,
Yes.
what is your name, sir?
Corey. Corey.
Excellent. Corey, I dub thee. Hang on, my aim might be a bit bad. Hang on. I dub thee. Corey.
There we go. So little Corey got knighted by Captain Jack Sparrow. Absolutely beautiful. Of course, there's an entire video here. You can go check it on Cracking the Box of little Corey. Let's give it a like, of course. And I saw there's another part of the video where Corey right here gets a PlayStation 5. And it turns out that actually this was a gift from none other than Johnny Depp. And Corey was very overwhelmed. There's this part of the video that is overwhelmed and sobbing because of happiness, of course. And there's another package that they received. The mom is talking about that, which is a game, and it was sent by the team of Johnny Depp and Johnny Depp. And Johnny Depp gave permission to share this, you know, and they send a message. Little Corey, I'll see you playing games on YouTube. We go looking forward to seeing you play on the YouTubes from Captain Jack. Absolutely beautiful. Another lovely news. And I also want to remind people, just in case, you know, Johnny Depp, it's been doing this for a very long time, right? Both dressed as a Captain Jack Sparrow and going around in hospitals and bringing hope and joy and attention to those little sick kids. This is something that he's been doing probably for 20 years or so. And you know, most of you also know, he was, when he had Lily Rose, his daughter, she was sick. And of course, I think that traumatic experience of fearing for the life of your child, I'm pretty sure made him even more aware of the suffering of parents. And I don't know if he started from there, but I'm pretty sure that probably magnified the need of also, you know, showing up for others. So Johnny Depp has been doing this for a long time. The other way around, I don't think so, right? In regards of age. And also there is this is not confirmed yet, but I think that I read somewhere that there is already talks of Johnny Depp this million that he will receive from appeal settlement, case settlement. They're already basically seeing which charity to give this money, and even that honestly doesn't surprise me very much, because that's who Johnny Depp is. He's a very kind soul. And time again, he will prove that, and it's proving that. So, for age, I think honestly, I think she's done. Honestly, I think she's done. You know, she really got caught lying. She got caught manipulating. She got caught trying to lie to all of us, and still do, right? But now we are too many. Like, people are just too many. The problem, the real problem with narcissists, and the real issue with narcissists, is that they always get away with stuff because once they've exploited, some people, they basically move to the next group, to the next victim, and so on and so forth. And I think they work well in anonymity, or like they literally move from place to place, or from groups to groups, from areas to areas, where other people don't know them, so that they can start again their old thing. But in this case, the worst thing for a narcissist, is to be seen, and in this case, she was seen. Everybody saw it. Like, a ton of people saw it. Everybody's aware of those dynamics. The dynamics of a narcissist now, even people that didn't know much about narcissism, now they know more about narcissism and all the other things around, like cluster B personalities and so on and so forth. And that's it, You don't get away from that. Her reputation is damaged, and it's not because of what they claim, her team of herself, that she received an unfair treatment by us. No, that's not what happened. You lied, you destroyed somebody else's reputation, you got caught, you lost, and that what caused the whole fall for you. So